I'm not really the type of person who uses dating apps. I've always preferred meeting people naturally. But about a year ago, I was bored, a little lonely, and honestly, just curious. So I downloaded this local dating app called Tinder. At first, it was exactly what you'd expect. Fake profiles, weird bios, people who stopped replying mid-conversation. Nothing unusual. But then, my phone buzzed. The app has found a match. Her name was Lena. Her profile was simple. No filters, no cringe quotes, just a normal photo. She looked real. That's actually what made me swipe right. No model vibes. None of that shit. She messaged first. "Hey, you seem quiet." That already felt different. Most people start with something randoms. But that message felt like she was observing me. We started talking, and I'm not gonna lie, the conversation flowed way too easily. Same music taste, same dark sense of humor, same sleep schedule, even small stuff, like both of us liking long night drives. It felt weirdly perfect. But there was something odd. She never sent voice notes, never did video calls. Every time I suggested it, she'd joke it off. Like, maybe I'll ruin the mystery. I ignored it. I mean, it's a dating app. People are weird. After about a week of texting every night, she asked if I wanted to meet. That surprised me. Usually I'm the one asking, but I said yeah. She suggested somewhere outside the city. That's when I hesitated. I asked why not somewhere public, like a cafe or mall. She said, "I hate crowds. I'd rather actually talk." I should have said no right there, but I didn't. The location she sent was a pin on the edge of the city. Not fully remote, but not somewhere people casually hang out either. It was this quiet area with scattered houses and empty roads. I told myself I was overthinking. When I got there, it was already dark. The streetlights were dim, and most of the houses looked empty or unfinished. She told me to park near a small convenience store that was already closed. I texted her, "I'm here." She replied instantly, "I see you." That gave me chills. I looked around, but didn't see anyone. Then my passenger door opened. She got in without asking. That caught me off guard, but I tried to play it cool. She looked exactly like her photos. Same hair, same face. Nothing catfishy. But she didn't smile, not even once. She just looked at me and said, "You're taller than I thought." I laughed awkwardly and said, "You're quieter than I expected." She didn't laugh. That was the first real moment I felt something was wrong. We started driving, just slow circles around empty streets. At first, it was normal small talk. Music, work, random stuff. But then the questions got a bit strange. Not creepy in a horror movie way. Just personal in a way that felt too fast. She asked where exactly I lived. Which floor? If I lived alone. What time I usually sleep. I answered vaguely. I wasn't completely stupid. Then she said something I'll never forget. "You're hard to read, but I like that." The way she said it didn't sound flirty. It sounded, clinical, like she was studying me. After maybe 20 minutes, she asked me to stop the car. We were on this long, empty road with no houses nearby. I asked why. She pointed ahead and said, "Just stop there. I want to show you something." I stopped. She didn't get out. Instead, she turned her body fully toward me and just stared. She wasn't smiling, didn't blink much. Then she asked quietly, "Do you trust me?" Every alarm in my brain went off. I laughed nervously and said, "We literally just met." She kept staring. No reaction. Then she said, "That's good. You shouldn't trust people easily." And then she smiled. That was the first time she smiled all night. And I swear, it didn't look natural. Right after that, her phone buzzed. She looked down at it, and her expression completely changed. Like she got caught doing something. I don't know why, but I glanced at the screen, and I saw something that scared the shit out of me. It was a message from a contact. Don't let him leave. I felt a cold breeze in my body. I don't even think she realized I saw it. She locked the phone quickly and looked back at me, and suddenly she was smiling again and too friendly. Let's drive somewhere darker, she said. That sentence snapped me back to reality. I didn't argue. I just said, actually, I should head back. I've got work early. Her smile disappeared instantly, and the way she looked at me after that, I can't explain it properly. It wasn't anger. It was disappointment, like I ruined a plan. The drive back was silent. No music, no talking, just tension. When we got close to the area where I first picked her up, then she opened the door before the car fully stopped and stepped out. Before closing it, she leaned down and said quietly, if we matched again, don't swipe right. Then she shut the door and walked away without looking back. I blocked her immediately when I got home. I haven't used a dating app since. And if you ever feel like something's off on a date, even slightly, just leave. Because sometimes your gut notices danger before your brain understands it. It started on Instagram. She followed me first. Her name was Emily R. Then she replied to one of my stories. Just something dumb I posted about not being able to sleep. Same. My sleep schedule is destroyed. It felt natural, casual. We started talking every night after that. At first, it was just normal stuff. Music, work, stupid memes. She'd send voice notes sometimes. Her voice sounded real, a little shy, soft. Slight background noise like a TV was on. That's what made it convincing. After about 2 weeks, we were talking constantly. She told me she lived about 2 hours away. Not too far, but far enough that we hadn't randomly run into each other before. She said she didn't like video calls because she was awkward on camera. I didn't think much of it. Some people hate FaceTime. I do too. But looking back, that was the first red flag. One night she told me something personal, about her ex being controlling, about not trusting people easily. She said I was different. That's when I started getting attached. We talked about meeting up. She said she'd be in my city soon visiting a cousin. Said we could grab coffee. I remember feeling nervous, but excited. The day before she was supposed to come, she stopped replying for almost 12 hours. That wasn't normal. Then around midnight, she sent a message. I need to tell you something, but you can't freak out. That scared me, to be honest. She said she hadn't been completely honest. She told me she'd used slightly older photos because she'd gained weight and felt insecure. Okay, not great, but not terrifying. I told her I didn't care. I liked her for her personality. She sent a picture. It looked like the same girl, just slightly different angle, less flattering lighting. I didn't question it. Now I wish I had reverse image searched it. The next day came. She said she'd text when she got into town. Around 4 p.m., I got a message. I'm here. She sent a location pin. It was a park about 10 minutes from my apartment. I told her I'd head over. As I was leaving, she sent another message. Wait. Actually, can we meet somewhere more private? I get nervous in public. That felt weird. I suggested a coffee shop instead. Public. Safe. She insisted. I just want it to be us. Something about that gave me this small, uncomfortable feeling. I told her I'd think about it. That's when I got a photo message. It was a picture of my apartment building, taken from across the street. My heart literally stopped. I stared at it for a solid 10 seconds before my brain processed what I was looking at. Then another message came through. I'm already here. I didn't move. My blinds were half open. My lights were on. I slowly turned off the lamp beside me. Then my phone buzzed again. I can see you. I dropped my phone. I'm not exaggerating. I physically dropped it. My mind started racing. Had I posted my building somewhere? A reflection in a window? A tagged location months ago? I picked up my phone. I typed, "Where are you exactly?" She didn't respond. Then another photo came through. This time it was zoomed in closer. My window. You couldn't see me clearly. Just the glow from inside. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I ran to the window but stayed low. I barely lifted the blind. Across the street, near a tree, I saw someone standing there, hood up. Just standing, holding a phone. I couldn't tell if it was a man or woman. They weren't moving. I texted, "This isn't funny." 3 dots appeared instantly, then disappeared, then appeared again. "You said you liked me for my personality." The voice notes she'd sent me started replaying in my head. Were they even hers? I called her. It rang once, then declined. Immediately after, my phone started ringing. Unknown number. I didn't answer. It rang again. Then a text from the unknown number. "Pick up." My hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold the phone. I finally answered. It didn't say anything. For a few seconds, there was just breathing on the other end. Not soft breathing. Heavy. Slow. Intentional. Then a voice. Not the same voice from the voice notes. This one was deeper. Rougher. "You shouldn't lie about where you live." My blood went cold. I hung up immediately. When I looked back out to the window, the person was gone. Just empty sidewalk. I called the police. By the time they arrived, there was no one outside. No cars lingering. Nothing. I showed them the messages. They asked if I'd sent money, if I'd shared explicit photos. I hadn't. They told me to block the account. That was it. I went back upstairs. I blocked her profile. For the next week, I barely slept. Every car door outside made me jump. Every notification made my heart race. I wasn't looking for anything serious when I downloaded the app. I'd just turned 26. I was bored. My friends were all in relationships, and I was tired of being the only one third-wheeling every weekend. So I made a profile, half joking about it. That's where I matched with Daniel. His profile wasn't flashy, just simple pictures. One in a bookstore, one hiking, one with a golden retriever. Our first conversation didn't feel like small talk. He asked real questions, not wide or you up stuff. He asked what I wanted long term, what I was afraid of, what kind of life I pictured at 40. I felt mature. Within a week, we were texting all day. He'd send voice notes in the morning. His voice was calm, deep, comforting. When I suggested FaceTime, he said his camera was broken on his phone. That should have been enough for me to pause. But instead, I told myself, not everyone likes video calls. After 3 weeks, he said he wanted to meet. He suggested a rooftop bar downtown. Public. Open space. The night of the date, I got there first. He texted me, "I'm running 5 minutes late. Already parked." I waited. 5 minutes passed. 10. Then 15. I texted, "Are you close?" He replied immediately, "I can see you." I looked around the rooftop. There were maybe 20 people up there. No one looking at me. I texted back, "Where are you?" "Just making sure you're real." I laughed nervously and replied, "You've seen my Instagram." Then, he said, "People can fake that." I didn't like that response. "Are you coming up?" I asked. "Yes. I just need to know something first." "What?" "Are you alone?" That was scary. "Yes." "Why?" "Good. That was the last message for almost 2 minutes. Then I got a message again, but not from him. From Instagram. A random account had sent me a message. It was a photo, a picture of me, sitting at the rooftop bar, taken from behind. I turned around fast. No one had their phone up. No one was near enough to have taken it that clearly. Another message from that account. Blue really is your color. I was wearing a blue dress. My hands started shaking. I texted Daniel immediately. This isn't funny. No reply. Then another message from the random account. Relax. He's almost there. I stood up from my seat. I scanned every face. Everyone looked normal. Couples talking. 2 girls taking selfies. A group of guys laughing near the railing. My phone buzzed again. This time Daniel finally replied. You don't look like your pictures. That hit me like a slap. What are you talking about? I typed. I thought you'd look different. My breathing got shallow. Are you even here? I've been here the whole time. I felt cold, like all the warmth left my body. Where? I asked. He didn't answer. Instead, the random Instagram account sent another photo. This one closer, from my left side. Close enough that I could see my own expression on my phone, which meant whoever took it was sitting close. Very close. I looked slowly to my left. There was a man sitting 2 tables away, older than Daniel's pictures, mid-40s maybe. He wasn't looking at me, but his phone was slightly tilted, facing my direction. My phone buzzed again. It was from Daniel. Turn around. I did. No one behind me looked suspicious. Then another message. Not that way. Then my phone vibrated with a call. It was an unknown number. I declined it instantly. Another text came immediately after. You're making this harder than it needs to be. My heart was pounding so loud I could barely hear the music playing at the bar. I grabbed my bag, started walking toward the stairs. My phone buzzed again. If you leave now, I'll post the photos. That stopped me. What photos? I typed. The ones you sent me. I had sent him pictures. Not explicit, but private. Personal. Stuff I wouldn't want online. You said you deleted those, I typed. No response from Daniel. Instead, the random account sent one more message. You shouldn't trust people so fast. Then both accounts disappeared. I ran down the stairs, out of the building. I didn't stop until I was inside my car with the doors locked. I never saw the man clearly enough to know if it was him. I don't even know if Daniel was a one person or multiple. He wanted to see if he could build trust, get something personal, then remind me how quickly it could be taken away.